See, I'm going to sound as normal as I could, but there is nothing normal about this. About the experience that I encountered the evening my husband walked back from work, went straight to the bedroom and slept. But 10 minutes later, I got a call that he had died in an accident with his own car. I still don't know how to explain what happened that night. Like, how can your husband be sleeping in your room at the same time, lying lifeless at an accident scene? Tap like and subscribe, because what happened that night drove me insane, and this story is one that you wouldn't believe until the end. That evening, I just finished cooking my party jollof rice, just as Chike loves it, the smoky taste, and it was already 8:40 p.m. I was just about to, get a little bit angry because it was so late, when the front door just opened, slow but heavy, and Chike walked in. And let me tell you, he looked wrong. This wasn't the Chike that I knew. Not that he was injured or something, but he was just flat out tired, like someone used him to iron clothes for the whole of Lagos. His shoulders, the one that carried that big CEO head, were just hanging, sweaty, slow, and no briefcase. And the biggest thing was that there was no car. He didn't come home with his car. The Prado was not outside. I asked him about it, but my husband didn't even hear me. He just dragged his feet, muttered something about having a long day and being dropped off by someone. Then he collapsed on the sofa and said, "I'm dead, Chioma. Just let me sleep." Honestly, the person that came home looked like Chike. Same face, same skin, everything correct, but the energy that came home that day was just zero. I helped him to the bedroom and he fell on the bed like a sack of cement. I then covered him up and just crept out, thinking, nah, this Lagos traffic is too much. I then took my phone to send a quick text to my girlfriend, and at that moment, that was when Emeka, Chike's brother, called. I answered, all happy. But Emeka cut me short. He started screaming about a terrible accident near Lekki. The Prado was totaled, gone. I was like, Haba, is this man mad? Chike is sleeping in the room. But then Emeka started insisting. He said the man inside the crushed car is Chike. Same clothes he had went out that day with, same tie, same watch, same ID. He said the police were there and that Chike's work phone was smashed right on the road. My heart stopped. I mean, literally. If the car was crushed and the victim looked like Chike, my husband, and his phone was there, then who was sleeping in my bed? But I didn't tell Emeka that Chike was home. The voice couldn't come out. I was just frozen with fear, thinking about all the tales by moonlight that I've had. Is this not how spirits enter the house? Or is it a doppelganger? A spirit that came to collect rent in my bed? I told Emeka, please check well, it must be a thief, that's not my husband. And then I cut the call because I couldn't bear it anymore. I went back to the kitchen, but not to cook. I was just, trying to do something normal so the thing in the room wouldn't know that I knew. I then grabbed a frying spoon. Then the light started flickering. I almost fainted. I peeped down the hallway. The bedroom door was open, small. I then saw the shadow on the wall. It was too tall, too large, and it moved. The thing was just turning in the bed. I whispered every prayer I knew, including the ones I learned in primary school. Then I heard a faint ringing. It was coming from the bedroom, Chike's old Nokia. But wait, I was like, but Emeka said his phone was smashed. Is this spirit too advanced that it even stole the spare phone? Then the door opened a little more. I then saw a patch of his skin. Then I heard a deep, tired voice. Chioma, why are you frying at 9 p.m.? Come to bed. It was Chike's voice, but it was heavy, like it was coming from a well. I had to force a smile. I mumbled something about making him food, and he just went, "No, just tired. Come now. My head is burning me from the long walk." Long walk? From where? He took the car to work. I just froze. I had to test him. Then I tiptoed to the door, grabbed his slippers and slammed them hard against the wardrobe. The snoring stopped. His eyes snapped open, red, tired, but they looked at me. He said, "Chioma, what was that noise? Are you okay?" I almost screamed the truth, but I managed to say I dropped a spoon. Then he looked at me, squinting. "Your face is strange. Did you see a ghost?" I was shaking like I had malaria that moment. He closed his eyes again and mumbled, "Don't worry about the spoon. Just come and rub my shoulder. It's paining me." Now that was the cue. I had to touch him. Then I slowly walked to the bed, thinking, if he's cold, I will run. I reached out my hands and placed it gently on his shoulder, just over the t-shirt. Hi! The fabric was warm, but the skin underneath felt like marble, naturally cold, even in the Lagos heat. He was supposed to be sweaty and warm from walking, but he felt like he has been pulled straight out from a freezer. I snatched my hand back immediately. He didn't react, just shifted slightly. Then the hissing sound started again, a dry, faint, rasping sound, like air escaping from a stone. And he started talking in his sleep, a low guttural mutter. Then he kept repeating one word over and over again. Road, long road, road, long road. I backed away, stumbling on the rug. The spirit was confessing, or it was telling me how long the journey was from the grave. I ran to the kitchen. The salt shaker, now replaced with a bottle of anointing oil I had kept hidden for emergencies. I started reciting Psalm 91, but my voice was shaking too much. Then the power supply outside just flickered off completely. Total darkness, except for the emergency inverter light, which cast long dancing shadows. I looked down the hallway. The bedroom door was wide open, and the shadow of the man on the bed was no longer just long. It was wrong. The shape was too flat, too elongated, like a sheet of cardboard standing up. My breath caught in my throat. I stood absolutely still, waiting for the spirit to rise and glide towards me. That moment, my phone rang. Emeka called back. I rushed to the call, my whisper desperate. Emeka sounded horrified. He started to tell me that the victim's fingerprints matched Chike's record exactly. But then came the confusion. They found 2 other IDs on the body. Different names, different banks. They realized the man was a serious Yahoo fraudster, a master impersonator who was using Chike's identity for his scam business. And the car? Chike had dropped it at the maintenance shop earlier and told his driver to go home. He was supposed to take a cab home, but the man he gave the car to, a thief mechanic, stole the car and Chike's ID, and then the thief crashed. The tension just melted away, leaving me completely embarrassed. It wasn't a spirit, it was a common criminal. And my husband, he was just so stressed from fighting off the thief and walking home for 5 hours in Lagos traffic that he looked like a character from a horror film. I dropped the anointing oil and just collapsed on the bed next to him. Then he woke up again, rubbing his eyes. "Chioma, why are you on top of me? Why are you looking like you just won a fight with a mosquito?" I just hugged him tight and started blubbering about the incident. Emeka's call, the doppelganger, and the fact that I thought he was a demon because he was hissing like a snake and I felt like a block of ice. Chike stared at me for a minute, then burst into the loudest, most human laugh you can imagine. Chioma, a ghost? Me? You think I'm a demon because I am tired? He was not howling. See, next time you think your husband is a spirit, don't waste time with thoughts. Just ask him one thing. Are you hungry? He pulled me close, still chuckling. A spirit will refuse. Your husband? He will finish that jollof rice, the pot and everything there. He was just a hungry, tired man. The whole house was safe, and I was just a fool who panicked. The problem of Lagos.